This is Shubhangi Balasarya. Welcome you to Eggless Week 4. Today I'm going to present cinnamon rolls, and cinnamon rolls are also made eggless. So today we are going to make these eggless cinnamon rolls with something called a flax egg. Okay, now a flax egg is not egg or any kind of egg, but it's basically just flax seeds. And while we prepare the dough, I'll tell you about this later on. So first, to prepare the dough, what we need is, we need the flour. We add the flour. You add the entire flour. And the recipe for this recipe is already, the ingredients for this recipe is already given in the Academy page, or you can direct message me on my Instagram handle called Shubhangi5. So we add the flour, then you add the sugar and the salt. So you basically add all the dry ingredients together and just with your hand just mix it. After this, you mix milk and water together in a bowl. Just mix it, and to this just add the instant dry yeast. I'm using instant dry yeast over here. Just nice, just combining it together, and then we add this again to the dough nicely. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to combine this like a normal dough. While combining, we have to add the flax egg. So like I had mentioned, a flax egg is basically grounded flax seed with water. The proportion for this is, for one egg, like to replace one egg, we need to add 1 tablespoon of flax seeds to 3 tablespoons of water. Now I'm just mixing this together, like you can see. Just mix it like how you make any other dough. There's nothing specific in this. Also, all my ingredients are on room temperature, so you do not need warm water, warm milk or melted butter. Nothing's required. Everything is in room temperature right now. Just keep mixing it nicely. And for this recipe, for example, you don't have yeast, so instead of yeast you can use baking soda. And baking to for example, you have like 5 grams of yeast, so for that you need 2.5 grams of baking soda, and with that you need 2.5 grams of some other acid for baking soda to do its work. So for it to rise, you need to add an acid to the baking soda. Now the acid can be of any type, like vinegar, buttermilk, lemon juice, anything that is available. Nothing specific is required. Now you see my dough is, I've just combined everything together. So now I'm going to start kneading it. My kneading is also very simple. There's nothing different or special in a cinnamon roll dough. You just need to knead it until it's very soft, and at least for 5 to 10 minutes. And if you have a stand mixer at home, then before we add the fat, that is the butter, before we add the fat, you need to knead it for 4 to 5 minutes until well combined and on speed 2. And then after you add the fat, you can change the speed to 3 and again knead it for at least 3 to 4 minutes, and then your dough should be ready. So I'm just kneading it, just adding a little flour. It will just help me to knead. It really depends on your dough if you need flour or not. Like I needed a very little, so I'm just doing that. Just knead it. So for kneading, how you should do it is, so keep the dough from your palm, just pull it and get it back together. Just keep doing this motion and pull it and get it back together. Pull it and get it back together, and keep kneading it. So for a cinnamon roll dough, like we've added all these ingredients, that if you want to replace any ingredient, for example, you want to replace the all-purpose flour. I've used all-purpose flour. I haven't used bread flour or a cake flour. I'm using all-purpose flour. If you want to replace it with maida or any kind of other flour, it's completely on you. It's as you wish. Just knead it nicely. Once it's kneaded, I'm adding the butter. I've taken a little extra butter than the recipe for to grease my mold. You can use it in a different cup, but I've just taken it all together. Now after we add the butter, I'm just again going to knead it. It's going to break a little, but that's completely okay because that's how it will be. But once you start kneading it, it will again be fine. It will all get back. Kneading is the same way, just knead it. And once your kneading is done, you need to take a little butter, grease any bowl with either butter or oil, anything, just grease it nicely so that after you put it for proofing, it doesn't stick to the bowl. And after your kneading is done, and put it back inside. And after you've put it back, you can either use a muslin cloth or damp muslin cloth or a cling wrap. I'm using a cling wrap right now. And just cover your dough. Keep the dough for 1.5 hours in a hot, dry place. So for me, the best place is to keep it near the oven because it's already dry and there's humidity in the atmosphere. So after 1.5 hours, you take out the dough. So we left the dough for 1.5 hours, and like you can see, the dough has become like double the size. So when you see that the dough has become double and like it's become so soft, like if you can understand, that means that your dough is ready. This is what we do is bulk proofing. So now what we are going to do is we are going to take out, just like with very light fingers, take out the dough over here. And like just deflate the dough. Just add a little flour. And we need to take a rolling pin and then roll the dough evenly. So just take a rolling pin and just roll the dough nicely. We need to roll the dough in a rectangular motion for it to become like a log. So we take a little extra flour, just dust the extra flour. Do not use a lot of flour because right now your dough is really soft and smooth, and we need this to become as soft as it was. So if you use a lot of flour, it will just become very dry. Just roll it in a rectangular shape. After we do this, after the bulk proofing is done, right now what we are going to do is, after we roll it, we are going to again put it for proofing, and that will be our final proofing. That will be the shaping and the proofing that we are going to do. So it's somewhat in the rectangular shape, and then on this we are going to add the filling. So for the filling, we are taking brown sugar, soft butter and cinnamon. So this is salted butter. This is normal Amul salted butter. That is why I haven't added more salt to it. If you use unsalted butter, you can just add a pinch of salt. So all I'm going to do is take a bigger bowl, add the sugar, the melted butter, and the cinnamon powder. Cinnamon powder, if you do not have the cinnamon powder at home, you can just use dalchini and you can make it into a powder form in any home blender. It's the same thing. So I've just mixed it nicely. Like you can see, the mixture is nice and smooth. Once it's like this, you just need to spread the mixture. Just spread it evenly all across. Don't try and use a lot of extra sugar or a lot of extra butter, because if you do that, at the end what will happen is it will just come out of your mold and it will make it very sticky, plus it will become extra sweet. That's completely on your choice, but I think this much is enough and it tastes very nice. So once you spread the filling, you just have to simply fold it into a log shape, but make sure your folding is tight enough, because if it's not tight, it's again going to open up. So I'm just going to roll it nicely. Just roll it. Nicely. And once your rolling is done, you need to just grease the bowl, just grease the tin. You can use any baking dish. I'm using the aluminium one, but you can even use a glass dish or any other kind of dish that you have that is compatible with an oven. You can bake this in a microwave also, but the microwave should have a convection mode. So my tin's greased, and all I'm going to do right now is cut it into equal shapes. So and just place it nicely. Like just place it. Like you can see, it's evenly spread. Leave a little gap between each roll, because we again put it for a final proofing, and during that it increases in size, so it just starts sticking to each other. So just give some gap. And that's about it. Also, I haven't used the side edges of the log, because like you can see, it's not a perfect swirl. So if you put it inside the dish, the shape will not be nice, plus there's no filling over here. So just cut the edges of the corner and use the center and just place it in a round, square, however shape you like it, and again use a cling wrap and place it back for proofing for about 25 to 30 minutes. And that's it. So after like 25 to 30 minutes of the proofing, you can see it's again become double the size. So when it's become double the size, it's ready for baking. That means it's just ready for baking. So all we do is we take milk and just apply on it. That's milk wash. And I've preheated my oven at 190 degrees. It's already been preheated for about 10 minutes, so it's ready. Just preheat your oven for 10 to 15 minutes, and then you can put it back for baking. Now we do this milk wash because it helps in giving a nice color to our dough. So my milk wash is ready, and all I do right now is I put it inside the oven at 190 degrees, and then you wait for 25 minutes more, and then your cinnamon rolls are ready. So after 25 minutes, my cinnamon rolls are ready. Like you can see, they've got a nice light brown color and it's completely baked. So after this is done, I let it cool for a bit. Like it's soft and nicely done. And I've made like a icing over here. The icing can be anything. You can make a cream cheese icing, or you can make icing sugar and milk icing. What I've done is I've just mixed orange juice and icing sugar, like 2 tablespoons of icing sugar with 1 tablespoon of orange juice, and I've just mixed it all together, so to give it a nice sweet and citrusy flavor. And I'm just pouring this on top, like you can see. Not a lot, because if I pour a lot, it will just overpower the flavor, and we want a nice cinnamony sweet flavor. And then this is done cinnamon roll. Thank you for watching this.